Hey guys, welcome back for
No way.
season 33.
That's crazy.
I know. I'm so excited though.
I know, but like I remember when this started. I watched it with my mom and like this is just so weird.
We were in high school when it started. Was it high school or were we in middle school?
I think it was middle.
I want to say it was like our eighth grade year or something like that when it started.
So my seventh, your eighth.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was like early middle school.
I just remember the first one was in the summer and then they
Mhm.
moved it because like they made a like smaller version to test it.
Yeah,
So the
that's
fact that it's like
crazy.
going this long is it's awesome too.
It is. It is. It's really fun. And it's always fun to see um kind of the backstories of like especially some of our contestants this year on how many seasons they have been asked to do it and have
Yeah.
declined. And now we finally get to see them, and that's kind of cool.
I know, it's very cool.
So it was fun that we got to see and really hear some of those stories this week.
Well, and I like that because we were just talking that there's a couple less contestants. And I
Mhm.
know originally for a while it was only supposed to be like 11 contestants. And then like last minute they got two more or three more. I don't know. Or maybe it was 12 and then they got two
Mhm.
more, something along those lines. So
Yeah.
it was really supposed to be a small cast. Um, but usually when there's a smaller cast, the nice thing is that then you get to know everybody. And like I know
Yeah.
next week's already a double elimination,
Mhm.
which is insane.
I know. I know. So it'll be interesting. Okay, now starting us right off the bat, what did you think of this opening number?
The opening number out, I just love. I just love watching the pros. So
Yeah, they're always amazing. They're always amazing. But I was very surprised with it being opening night that we did not see Alfonso and Julianne in the intro.
yeah, I was kind of
I was
surprised. But they
surprised.
did
It's
it
opening night.
they did it last year, so my guess is they're trying to like change it up a little bit.
Yeah,
And my guess is it'll be coming, but they're probably saving it for something.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I was just like, it's opening night. Like, I want to see them dance. Like, I love seeing them dance. I love them together. Like, it's just fun. So I was like, that was the only thing that I was kind of sad about. I was like waiting for it, and then it never came. But that's okay. But I loved the like different dance styles that were showcased in this intro. I feel like we haven't had an intro necessarily like that in the past where you really got like a mix of styles. So you really got to see the pros
Even
dance
like
individually. It was
mainstream like dancing too, like because like there was a little section. I know it was Riley and Brandon. I can't remember who the other pro was. It might have been Alan or it could have been Sasha. I don't remember. But like they did a little like, hip hop section in it too, and I was like, oh yes.
yeah. So those couple of different styles was really fun to see. And maybe that's like a hint that we're gonna maybe see some different styles in this season. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting us right off the bat, we had Joey and Jenna just
Yep.
just starting the night out.
They were
His
strong
they were
to
very
start it.
strong. But the little golden retriever comment really made me giggle. That was like a golden retriever. It caught
Yep.
me so off guard. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard.
That's funny.
That was very funny. So we had a cha-cha here.
Hmm.
I kind of felt like we were a little pigeon-toed. Little
Yeah,
pigeon-toed.
a little,
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, he was pigeon-toed, but I have to say he was very light on his feet. And I have to say, compared to the other bachelors that we've had on the seasons in past years, I think he's probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, yeah, like that, like low round kick that he did, like at one
Yes.
point was beautiful. I was like, "Ooh, that
And
was
the
a cool little move. I
pointed
like that."
toes. Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I told you, I go, he was actually really strong. It's just I'm kind of over the Bachelor and Bachelorettes being
I
on
know.
Dancing with the Stars. It's
Always.
because they're always on, and it's not like a bad thing or anything like that. It's just like, okay, obviously you can see the relationship of channel ABC right there of just sending them over. So that, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of, yeah,
But That's okay. But I mean, I
Exactly.
think contestant wise, I think he's gonna, he's gonna be in this for a little bit, and I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
Our next one was Brooks and Gleb, and they had the
yeah.
tango.
Which number one, can I just say her package of her commenting on the fact that music pumps you up, that music can alter your
So
mood,
true.
that music just makes you so much better is so true. And I was like, yeah, so
Yeah.
much truth to that. Um, so I love that before we even just get into the dancing, but I love that comment.
She, I think, was decent, like kind of middle ground. She was a little stiff when she was
Mm-hmm.
going through her movements. Like she definitely could be sharper in different locations and like sit into her plie a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But overall, like I couldn't complain being the first number for like compared to where we've seen other contestants start too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also think like just really stretching every single move and like
Mm-hmm.
just really giving every move all that it should be is going to help overall with that whole like hitting idea and all of that. It's really just stretching.
And it's kind of interesting with the next partnership
Hmm.
that we see that because Brooks and Gleb got the same score as Ilona and Alan.
Hmm.
And I think they did better than Brooks and Gleb. Or no,
Yeah.
sorry, Brooks and
No,
Gleb did
other way around.
sorry, did better
Hmm.
than Ilona. I misspoke
Hmm.
there. Um, I wanted Ilona to do so much better.
I know. You know what though? I mean, I give her a lot of props. Like we knew coming into this, she's so upper masculine that you kind of had that idea that it was going to be a little difficult for
I
her
love
to just
her.
feel her body in a different way. I absolutely love her. But this is like a whole new ball game of like feeling your body move in different ways. And I
Hmm.
think people truly underestimate how hard dance really is. So I give her a lot of credit. I mean, she definitely tried. I think she's got some ways
Oh,
to go, but
I agree. The thing that amazes me though is like, and I think part of it is her confidence in it. Um, is like if you watch her TikTok videos or just like any of her social media, when she's dancing, she has so much fun and she looks so comfortable in those type of movements. But then like
uh-huh.
when she went into they had the cha-cha as well, it was so stiff.
It was nerves. I really
Yeah.
think it's just
And
nerves.
I really think it was the nerves that hit her because I'd be really interested. Also, it's okay.
Yeah. Just to see like a practice video. Like
Yeah,
what was she looking like behind the scenes? Because yeah, you're right. When you've got that crowd there and everybody's in that room, ah, you just
yeah,
feel different.
yep, exactly.
So yeah, so I'm hoping she's gonna sink in a little bit more this week. I'm hoping she's gonna sink into her moves, she's gonna sink into her dance, she's gonna sink into her body a little bit more.
Hmm.
And just have fun because there were those fun
Oh,
moments where
yeah,
you were like, oh, there it is. We just got to get a little bit more of that, but totally different ball game for her, and yeah,
right.
excited to see her.
Then we had Reginald and Emma with the salsa. I can talk tonight.
Doesn't love Reginald. This is just so much fun. I mean, at 72 years old, man, you go, buddy.
I literally wrote that he's a cutie. Like
Uh-huh.
I like watching him and Emma are the sweetest. He barely moved in his dance, and I'm hoping that next week he has a little bit more movement.
Yeah. Well, there
But
was that contestant on last year too. There wasn't, I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but like, wasn't that the same thing where like they were just dancing around them and then like one week they started like actually doing content and it was like, "Ooh, see, we can do it.
I
See?"
exactly. So like I'm hoping that Emma gives him a little bit more, at least just moving from one place to another. Um, but like he is so cute and I like their social media game is on point. And like it was fun because my mom and I were watching Die Hard earlier today and I was like, it's Reggie.
Yeah. But like, even like, I mean, he had some little like foot movements
I
going. I
know.
mean, he had a little bit
He's
of
got
that.
rhythm, you can tell.
He
He
definitely has got
definitely
them.
has
So
it.
now we just gotta see a little bit more.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Then we had Danny and Whitney with the tango.
Oh, with the tango.
They
Well,
were good.
hello. Hello.
Yes. I like
um,
I
yeah,
disagree, Derek. I don't know what you saw because he gave him a 6. And like you're looking at the all the other scores and it just
yeah.
doesn't align.
For me, I felt like the frame was a little inward dipped, just a little bit of that. But I appreciate that he was leading. I
You,
really do
you,
feel like he was doing
that's
that.
so hard for the
That's hard.
boys. And they
That is
don't
way hard.
see it half the time. And like
Mm-hmm.
usually it's the girl that's like whipping those guys around. If
Yes,
it, if it
definitely.
if it's a guy star and it's a girl pro.
Mm-hmm.
And he really took control, which was nice. And
Mm-hmm.
even like he had good extension in his body too for his movement.
Yeah,
And like even like when he did some turns, I saw like a slight spot and I was like, okay, okay.
yeah.
I'd be very intrigued to know because a lot of times with football players and stuff, they take ballet and stuff
Mm-hmm.
in college. So I don't know his background. I don't know, but I would
Yeah.
be very
Well, we have seen what, three football
Mhm,
champions?
exactly.
So, it's it's there. It's just a matter of whether now do we keep that, that trajectory forward and up a little bit from where he is right now, and hope that you continue to see that improvement. But yeah, ballet is so like in the core and in the upper body and in the lower body that it really does help football players move a little bit more, be a little bit lighter on their feet.
Exactly.
Um, and so it's a pretty cool thing. So I don't know. I'm
Because if he
excited to see
did, like
more.
that would help him in this competition fully.
Absolutely.
So I'm just
Absolutely.
wondering.
I don't know.
Then the next one was Tori and Pasha.
Tori. Oh man, we've been hearing about Tori being on the show for years,
I was like
literal years.
every year.
And a lot of these life changes is really what drove her to go onto this show. And well, we're happy to have her.
Yeah,
I think it was, enlightening to see her, and you know, she was smiling the whole time. She just gave off this like adorable vibe about her. I think she's got to complete her moves. I think she's got to loosen up a little bit and point those toes. A lot of those things that we usually see that first week, but I know she's like way out of her ball game in this, but I give her a lot of credit for finally taking that leap and doing this.
a lot of people either like love her or hate her. Like there is no in between from just like her past things that she's done. So it was very interesting. Like I was even getting text messages from some of my friends like, why is she on this? Or, oh my goodness, I love her. Like it was just it's so like extreme just to see the fan base. And I always find that interesting. Like that was one like major thing when I did Dancing with the Stars in my classroom. We looked at like the numbers of the fan bases to like
Mm,
for that popularity component of like
yep,
because it's not just dancing. And like I will say her dancing was it was in the middle. It wasn't great, but it
yeah,
wasn't
wasn't the worst. Hmm.
bad. She also had to me, she had the foxtrot, which is a harder dance compared to
Hmm.
like the cha-cha. Tango, you're still in hold and stuff like that too, but I think the foxtrot is one of the trickier ones out of this week that they
Totally
have.
agree.
So it's also hard to compare because you haven't seen a lot of the other couples do anything like
Right.
that. And there's more rules in the smooth ballroom compared to the Latin. So,
Mm-hmm.
like there's hold, your closeness of the bodies, there's
Hmm.
more footwork in that. So I am just I'm intrigued to see her do some other styles next week as
Yeah.
well. To kind of really look at it compared to what she had this week.
Hmm. Totally agree.
Then we had Jen and Sasha. which was
Mhm.
Jen was a very last minute join to Dancing with the Stars because it wasn't expected because Sasha was supposed to be in the troupe.
Mhm.
And she's current bachelorette, so they have her on. I have to say their chemistry together is incredible.
Yeah, they said they were
Like,
having a lot of fun.
I'm like, okay, both of you are single. Like,
You and the
I put
entire
you two
world are
together. I'm
together.
gonna ship you. Like, is that even a thing that kids still say? I'm gonna ship you together. I don't know. But like,
I don't know, but
they
you and
are
the
so
entire
cute
world.
together.
They are. I hope that they just have a lot of fun, and it seems like that they are. I think one of the biggest things is, she's got the potential to be a contender here, but she's got to keep that core tight, keep her feet under her, especially when she's turning. I think that kind of threw her off balance a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, and it just felt super duper bouncy, which I mean, a cha-cha can be a little bit bouncy, but I think this was a nerves thing as well, where I think she was just such a high, and that just kind of sped everything up and made things go faster and wilder. And
It, it's hard when you say bouncy because it is supposed to have a little bit of a bounce.
yeah, I just felt like it was a lot of
Yeah,
bounce.
like I get what you mean. Like it's not
I think we were on a trampoline bouncing.
um but like the other thing too is she does definitely need to work on her extension a little bit. Like I think that will help her too and just finding that. You can tell she has not danced. I
Yeah.
think she is on the upper level side of some of where our contestants are versus like the bottom middle or like yeah, the middle. But like
Hmm.
she has a lot of potential. I don't necessarily think cha-cha is going to be her main style. I'll be interested to see her more in something like a tango where it's more
Yes.
hard hitting. I think she might do a
Hmm.
lot better in that.
Yeah, I agree.
And then let's see who's next. We had Chandler and Brandon.
Well,
I don't understand. Okay, I usually am always on the side of Derek. Like we know that. Like he's my favorite. But I don't know. Derek and I had some disagreements this week. And the fact that he gave them a 7 and the other two gave him an 8. Like this was fire. I think it
we
deserved
should have had
higher than 8,
straight
but
eights, if not even nines, man.
I think it should have been 9s. But the thing is, it's the first week, so
It's
I
the
get
first
it.
day.
Like they're not going to give that.
Right.
There's some growth component that they're trying to look at,
Right.
which I get.
Right.
But definitely not a 7, Derek. If you didn't see this, this was amazing. Now she has a ton of dance training.
A ton. Yep.
Um not
But hasn't in a
ballroom.
while. I was gonna
Right.
say, but hasn't in a while, and maybe not necessarily this
Correct.
stylistically.
It's not in ballroom. It's like
So,
the hip hop, ballet,
right.
the mainstream dance. Um so there is a lot to it. Like that's why she has the extension. She has that dancer technique a little bit more compared to some of the others. She is the front leader. The other thing though is a lot of people don't know her. She's a Disney Channel star. Yes, she's in the new Pretty Little Liars, if you watch that. Um, but I don't,
Yeah.
it's not like you're gonna get a lot of the older generation that will know who she is, like some of these other stars. Um, and like what we've seen, like Zendaya, who was incredible at that time. Like now she is known by everybody, but then she wasn't. So she didn't win. So she
Right.
right
Right. She
now,
was so young and just starting. Yeah.
right, it's
Right.
that kind of same. Okay.
We're
I don't know
back.
what just happened. Are you there?
Oh, hang on. It seems like you were cutting in and out, and it seems like, yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. Now I see you. Okay, that was
Okay, there
weird.
we go.
It just like went out all of a sudden and then like just reappeared. It
I
was
think it was a Wi-Fi. Yeah, it seemed like it was a Wi-Fi thing because you were cutting in and out a little bit, and then it finally logged out.
gotcha. That was weird. Okay. Well, we're back.
I think we're good. We're back. Welcome to the internet.
Legit. So Chandler and Brandon, we were on, but she's amazing, like fantastic, and should go very, very far, if not all the way.
I totally agree. However, like you were mentioning, this is not the first time we've seen somebody with heavy dance training
Mhm,
lose in the finals. We saw it happen with Milo,
mhm.
and we saw
Which
it
is
happen
her
with Kendall,
co-star
who
from
were both
Zombies,
fantastic,
right?
fantastic contenders, and probably easily both should have won. However, and we all don't agree with Bobby Bones winning. However, Kelly Pickler was fantastic. So, I mean, it is what it is. So
Mhm.
we'll just have to wait and see. But she's really truly one of our best contenders, and I cannot wait to see more from
I
her.
agree. Then we had Dwight and Daniela. I
Yes.
loved him,
Look, sorry,
but
there was a mosquito on my arm. I got
oh,
it.
Dwight and Daniela. So I loved him. He just has like the best personality. And I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. I think Daniela is one of the best choreographers on Dancing
When
with
it
the
comes
Stars.
especially to lifts, wowza,
Mm-hmm.
wowza. So this, I mean, this gives her a contestant to partner with where she can really
Who
get
was the
all
partner
the
that she was
giggles out.
with? I'm blanking on his name. He and they won. And he was really tall too.
Yes, I'm gonna look it up. Go ahead and talk.
Okay. But like they were phenomenal and she did like crazy lifts with them to like with him. I just always remember that like Halloween one that they did to which was
Iman,
insane. Iman, yes.
super.
Yes.
Yep.
But like this guy, Dwight, is like 7 foot tall. It's
Even
insane.
taller. Yep. So I believe Iman was 6'2" or 6'3", and Dwight is 6'9".
It's yeah, it's insane. But like even the salsa, like he had a good bounce with his salsa, like a proper bounce, and like he his hips were moving and grooving. Now, you
Yes.
can't. It'll be very interesting when they have smooth because like you
Right.
cannot do a traditional frame
No.
with
Right.
the height difference there, and I hope they take that into account when they judge because they have to adapt that for that modification clearly. So I'll be very intrigued in how they go about doing more
Yep.
of the smooth dance.
Definitely. Definitely agree.
Then we had Phaedra and Val. I love Phaedra. And I just say she is not the strongest dancer, but if you have watched Traders at all, she is amazing. I loved her on that.
She's really great. She really is. So, I just feel like it was so much fun. Like her face just tells you, she's got this like passion for it and this fierceness in her. And, I want her to kind of keep in mind that core and all that energy, through the center of your body. Because that's really going to help out a lot, especially throughout any type of turns.
Exactly.
Um, but she's I hope she keeps that fierceness going and really gives that drive
Yeah.
over.
And I think Vale's a good partner for her too. Like
I totally
I
agree.
I think they will mix really well. Okay, this next couple is my favorite. Like I want them to go all the way. I want them to win. I'm just putting it
Wait a
down.
minute, did you
Yeah.
skip Eric and Britt?
Oh, I totally did.
Okay.
So sorry, everybody.
All
I
right.
did
So
not mean to
they
do
were
that. I
yep,
just jumped in my notes.
that's
So
okay.
hold on. We'll go back. We'll talk about the couple who I want to win in a minute. Eric and Britt. Um,
This
Eric,
is another one that they've wanted for a long time. Eric has been in so
so many
many
things.
things. So many
His
things.
whole family is famous. Um, he's older too.
Yeah.
I don't know how old he is off the top of my head, but
No, but I think like the nerves really set in, and that once you could kind of tell once he got a little bit more comfortable throughout the dance, you can tell exactly when that happened
yeah.
because then he got back into beat, he got back into rhythm, and he was definitely giving it his best shot. And I know they've been asking him for a really long time to do this,
And
and
he
it's just
wanted
cool to see him.
to. like in the package, they said that he was gonna do it, but there was like one thing that
One
like
day.
he had like a crossover, so he couldn't do it, and then that ended up getting canceled, so he could have done it. Um,
Yeah.
but
We're
I
just excited to have him here for a little bit.
yeah, they had Cha-Cha. Um, he moved more, I thought, than Reggie.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I really had a hard time with that his scores were lower than Reggie's because I
Yep.
thought
Totally agree.
he did more.
Yeah, he tried, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you really gave it a better shot.
Um, but he's not the strongest dancer, I would say.
No. But he's gonna give it a good, he's gonna give it the best he's got, and I appreciate that
Yes.
always.
Um, okay, now we're going to the couple that I want to win. Like
Why
I
am I not surprised?
loved this dance. It was Steven and Riley. Like, first of
Yes.
all, I love the Olympics. That's why I like really was excited for Ilona too. But like Steven, oh my goodness, like I loved watching him and I just remember him like sitting back, just relaxing before he went on the pommel horse and it was like insane and like I was so excited. I wanted him or Frederick on this season, and I was like, I want one of them. And I was so hyped when they got him, and his dance was phenomenal. He just needs to point his toes. It was driving me
Yes.
nuts. He did get a little
That's
ahead
a big
of
one. And
music too.
I also think song choice made this like extremely hard because that's probably one of the hardest songs to keep a beat because it is so all over the place rhythmic
Mhm.
wise. So it's really hard to like find what beat are you listening to. And I think that that also kind of played a role in his, off
Getting ahead of
beat
it, yeah.
things. Yeah, staying ahead of it. It's just too hard. So not a good song choice. I don't think that helped him any bit. But yeah, pointing those toes, man, the fan kicks. I don't think we've ever seen so many fan kicks before,
It
but
was
they were so good.
insane and the flips and when he went to a split at the end, I was like,
He's gonna be a lot of fun for Riley.
and he
I'm
is
really excited to see her get a
their
chance to,
chemistry together is
yeah,
fantastic. So I'm so
yeah.
excited and like I'm
And even
hyped.
just giving her a chance to like really choreograph and really
Yes.
get a good shot at this. Like I'm excited for her.
Yeah. She reminds me so much of Julianne, like when Julianne
Yeah.
first started. Like it like just that energy and like
Hmm.
I'm just excited too. Okay. Then our last one
Which
was
of course was put at the very end because they know how many people in the world wanted to watch this explode and sink. But we all knew it would.
Anna and Ezra. I am so happy for Ezra. I gotta stay
I was
positive.
happy for Ezra till I saw who he was paired with, poor thing. That he's got to deal with all the backlash and everything else that comes from this. So
He's
I
making the
know
he's making
he's
the
making the
best
best of it.
out of it. I
Hmm.
I really struggle when the contestant is kind of disrespectful
Yeah.
of like I Julianne said something like at the end of the show and she said something about like, oh, this dance or something, and I was like,
Yeah, so I think Julian's comment was, like what are you excited about for next week? Like what are you
oh,
excited to
not
do
having
this
to do
year?
this dance again,
And
and that
yeah,
was the comment.
and she said not ever having to do this dance again. And it's like, okay, but
And to me
you're the one that chose to do the show.
that's so disrespectful to me, and I know part of this is her just putting on a show
Yeah.
and like her character, but like I like when you're going to be disrespectful and rude to the dancers, the choreographers, it just I really struggle and I- she will not have
Well, I
and
have
I
a
feel bad
feeling.
because I'm so excited for Ezra
Right,
because he
right.
deserves to be a pro and he's
Yes.
phenomenal and he's pushing her to do really well even in this hard
Yep.
situation.
Yeah, and I give him a lot of credit for doing the best that he can with what he's been given. Um And, I'm hoping that, that we see people still giving it a shot, because I know I've read a lot of things that people are saying they're not going to watch anything until she's off. Um, so, just support these guys as much as possible, because, these pros have worked so hard to get where they are. And, we want to make sure that even in light of whomever they choose to put on there for whatever reason, that we're remembering that this is about dance and this is about supporting these pros in what they are doing with their lives, and they do really well. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it, because it was bad.
Yeah.
Not the way you wanted to end a show, because it definitely sombered everything up. And yeah, I kind of wish they had just chucked it into the middle and not made it the very end, because especially that comment, leaving the show done with that being the comment, was kind of like, okay,
Hmm.
yeah. So whatever. We see what happens next week, and double elimination, and
Yeah.
that's you guys
Um,
are a nice work for what you can do.
yes. One really quick shout out I have to say is I'm excited we have a troop back this year.
Yes.
And I'm so excited because I know
We
Kaylin.
got some newbies in there. I like
Yeah,
it.
all of them are new. One of them is
Hmm.
Ezra's sister, um,
Yes.
which she's been on the show a couple times before, which is
Yes.
awesome. And then the other one is I don't know the guys at all. I'll be totally honest with you. Um, but is Kaylin Rogers. And I adore her. She was on Derek's tours
What I thought.
and on like his Vegas residency. And she follows me on Instagram. So like her and I like have known each other a little bit through like that and like seeing each
Hmm.
other at the shows. So it's really cool and like I'm so proud of her. I'm excited that she was on there. Like I know like she was working on it at the end of last year too, and then was like the swing for the tour as well. So I was like, I am just so happy and just excited.
Yeah, it's cool to get to see them, to get to see them back, and just to see some new faces showing
I
up
like
in
their
here,
troupe though
because
too, because it fills in some things and like
uh
adds to their dances, like with a little bit of people in
right,
the background, and a nice artistic touch, I think.
totally agree. So, well, there we go. There's the first night, and yeah,
Next
excited
week
to see
we
what's
have
next.
it's the Oscars. So I'm excited. I don't know if it'll be just like songs from past Oscar winners or
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
I don't know how this will work, but
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the set list yet, so
yeah, I haven't either. I know it's out, but I just haven't checked.
nope, me either.
So,
So,
but I'm
cool.
excited. So,
Another season. Let's do it.
woo. Well, guys, thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.